Hello everyone and welcome back to a brand new video and welcome back to more of our F1 2006 Championship Edition career mode. Yes, today we return here to sunny, or maybe not so sunny, Silverstone for round 8 of the campaign. Yes, I'm slightly confused as to why the British Grand Prix is as early in the season as it is, as much as you guys. But of course, again, an apology for the Monaco video with the horrendous audio. I do apologise. Hopefully, normal service is resuming today. But yeah, heading out to Silverstone, of course, having a look at the championship standings. Michael Schumacher reigning supreme there, 17 points clear now of the ever-consistent Giancarlo Fisichella. Massa and Alonso down in P3 and P4 there, and then a really good scrap actually going on, pretty much from 4th down to Kimi Raikkonen in P8. We're not doing so well, it must be said. Midland have really struggled early on this season. We're still last overall in the Constructors' Championship, but maybe, just maybe, at my home Grand Prix this weekend, we can get a good result. Well, back at the old version, of course, here of Silverstone, many a famous moment from this venue, but you know, home Grand Prix, we've got the Union Jack, as you can see, as our helmet. Really want to try and put on a good show for the home crowd this weekend. At the very least, finish, but try to finish well in the process. You know, really, it was only the Nürburgring that we've had a decent result this season, so hopefully this weekend we can try and do a little bit better. But of course, as always, you know, our first run here in FP1 is just learning how inaccurate the track is. I believe in real life there's a bit of a downhill section there, but apparently not inside F106. Of course, this is what is now the final chicane. That has been reprofiled slightly since then. Through goes Hamilton is less likely to happen here, not only because Lewis isn't in the game. I think I remember where I go through this final sector of the lap. I believe I do. I'll try and keep the car over on this side and then swing it in. Of course, we haven't used this layout of Silverstone since, what, 2010? I want to say. It's all been changed, I think, for the 2011 British Grand Prix, wasn't it? But making our way out the final corner. Yeah, this version of Silverstone actually quite a lot shorter. So we're going to see some very quick, well, hopefully some very quick lap times. First one on the board. We will find out. Oh, that curb's going to be lethal all weekend, I can already tell. We'll go for a bit of a flick back round. We got a Red Bull there that almost took me out. That was scary. Yeah, this... to be honest, I don't feel a lot of the curbs are going to be too tricky. But I feel this final sector as well is not going to be fun for us. And most of the curbs as well, I'm very quickly learning, seem quite scary through Maggots and Becketts as well. So... I mean, it's a bit like every track on F106, isn't it, at this point? Just avoid the curbs. It's probably... you're better off doing so. Oh! Don't hit a wall, don't hit a wall, don't hit a wall, don't hit a wall. That was scary. Just back end completely went round on me. Down at turn 1, and we're going to make it all the way to turn 2, pointing in the wrong direction. Don't hit a wall. Rev, go the forward, please, car.
It's time for Saturday qualifying here at Silverstone. The first knockout session is about to begin. Who will make it through to session 2 and who will make up the back of the grid? Let's find out. Right,
well, diving in then into Q1, I'm hoping we can just set some clean, tidy lap times here. Whether, you know, how competitive we're going to be, I don't really know, but we need to start finishing more races again. Midland, I think, are getting very upset with me at the moment, so let's just try and have a nice clean qualifying session. Of course, we now know that we need to avoid every single curb around this venue, but of course I also would love to put on a good result for my home crowd. Right, here we go then. We've got the home crowd, I'm sure, roaring for me. I think Jenson Button, wasn't it, was the only British driver on the grid back in 2006, but making our way through turn 1 there. That seems almost like a street circuit. Got to get as close as you can to that inside wall. What's the AI going to do? In towards Maggots and Becketts. We got lucky over that first curbing. I don't know if that's a Honda or a Super Aguri. Move! Come on, man. What are you doing? And I think that might have actually been Jenson Button that we've just had a collision with in qualifying. But somehow no damage. Well, apart from... oh, no. I was about to say apart from the scuffle, this lap's been good, but we just dip it out in the grass in towards the final sector like Hamilton, I believe, did back in 2008 in qualifying, but rounding our way through the final corner. What is the first lap going to be on the board then? I don't really know, to be honest, what we're aiming for. Ide's at a 27. We're going to do a 25. Heidfeld goes even quicker than me, though. Back end seems incredibly slidey around here. Getting it down the end of the hangar straight as well. So we've got... No, this is definitely a Super. Guri in the way. Move, man. What is it with the AR here? I mean, it's just everywhere on this game, I know, but we just want to try and get a good lap in. I think, luckily, we understeer through that corner every single time anyway, but as we make our way through the final turn, surely this is going to be a big improvement. Massa has done a 22.7 to set the pace out of the final corner. We are going to do a 24 flat, and that puts us P2.
We'll continue in a few moments with the second knockout session, where we'll decide grid positions 16 to 11.
Well, there we go then. A 124.0 puts us up in P7 at the end of Q1, casually 2 seconds clear of my teammate Christian Albers. Jacques Villeneuve, the 1997 world champion, also knocked out in Q1. But can we make a return to Q3? Well, Nico Rosberg then, currently on a 25.0. We've allowed the AI to do a couple of laps just so we kind of know roughly what we're aiming for, but of course in Q2 you have to go out on the prime tyres rather than the options, so we've got to be quite careful here. Obviously we won't quite have as much grip, and I think we've also got to accept that Q1 lap I was very happy with. Give myself the best slingshot run out of the final corner, but here we go then for a Q2 run here at the British Grand Prix. I'm happy always when we make it into Q2 in this Midland. Oh, there's a wall there. There's a curb there. We kept our foot in, though. Completely pinned through turn 1. That was awfully scary, but we've made it work, and we are absolutely going to wring the nick out of this thing.
He won't be very happy with that time at all. The car was all over the place.
Speaking of all over the place, they're getting all 4 wheels on the grass as we try and make it out onto the back straight. Track limits certainly weren't as strict back in the day as they are now. A 28.2 in Q1. We notice the back end tries to go light through here, but actually that time around we've done pretty well. Breaking down then into obviously what is now the final few corners. Back in 2006 it would have been unheard of to think of that, but using all the track width as best as we can. And look at this Massa now, down to a 22.1, and Michael Schumacher, championship leader Schumacher, is on the cusp. We've still got 7 minutes of this session, so he might still be able to improve. But times are tumbling here as we make our way in towards the final sector. Come on, just keep it clean, keep it tidy. Don't allow the back end to step out. Got that traction control working overtime through the final couple of corners. Short shift up to avoid any wheel spin, and up towards the line then. What is the time going to be here at Silverstone? It's going to be a 1:23.4. And we go up to P4 then here in Q2. What a lap that was. There we go then, Q2 done and dusted, and we are through and into Q3 for the first time since Bahrain there. Heidfeld, Ralf Schumacher, Raikkonen, last year's Grand Prix winner here out in Q2 there, joining both Red Bulls and Nico Rosberg. But do we just go for a low fuel glory run in Q3? Try and put this thing on pole position? I feel like we should. We're going to go out then with 4 laps worth of fuel ready for the Grand Prix tomorrow. So we're going to have to do a super long second stint. But I'd just love to get pole here at our home Grand Prix. Look at that, heading out onto the circuit right behind Michael Schumacher. Haven't seen much of him this season unless he's lapped me. Or he's going to brake check me immediately on pit exit. Come on then, here we go. I want to try and get it done in one run.
Michael Schumacher, Jenson Button, David Coulthard are all out on hot laps as I speak. Results should be coming in thick and fast throughout the session.
A little bit wide through turn 1. That's not exactly what we wanted, but the game allowing us to get away with it. Therefore, we are going to take it. F106 is brutal. Therefore, I'm going to be brutal with F106 as that was dangerous over the curbing. Oh, and we run wide again, just like we did in Q2. That's just how hard we're pushing this thing. Our first lap's been fairly clean and tidy, but far from perfect then as we round our way in towards the final couple of corners. Unfortunately, I think any chance of pole's gone. Giancarlo Fisichella has clearly ran light as well and has done a 1:23.1, so maybe the AI just a little bit worried there. His first time is going to be a 25 flat. That is not good enough. This is in then. This has got to be my fast lap here in Q3 as rounding our way through the final corners. Let's see what we can do then here at Silverstone. Come on. we have got to nail this. 4.5 minutes left on the clock, but I don't want to start the Grand Prix with no fuel at all. So we just run a little bit wide there through turn 1. We don't run off the circuit. We almost felt the car try to rotate underneath me, but we stamped it out. Making our way through Maggott to Beckett's, down 1 gear, down another one, down a third, into 4th gear. As you try and get on the power on the exit there. That was nice. 2 wheels on the grass. As we make our way down the back straight then. Often you're aiming for a low 28 at the first sector time there. 28.7 is far from ideal as all the back end. Again, it just started to slide out on me. I think this is just going to have to be one of those Q3s where we've got to get to the end there. Felipe Massa has improved onto a 23 flat, but as we round our way through the middle sector here, it's starting to become undone just a little bit. Can we improve on our P8? I guess that's got to be the ultimate goal here. Just making our way down into the chicane. What is happening to this car? It's just getting worse and worse. Oh, after all the heroics in Q1 and Q2, we've just got to try and limp it round then, I think, in towards the final couple of corners here. 8 tenths down in Sector 2.
He'll know that the car can perform better than that.
And it looks at the moment like Felipe Massa might be on pole then as we round our way through the final corner here at Silverstone. Get all up onto the curbing on the exit, even towards the sand trap, but up towards the line. What's the time going to be? It's only a 25.1. That is P8 at very best here at Silverstone. And I can't lie, that hurts quite a lot.
So there we have it. From 10th to pole, the grid order looks like this. It's been an exciting and busy hour of qualifying with some interesting results. We've enjoyed it, and we look forward to seeing you for tomorrow's race.
Absolutely fascinating end to qualifying there. Fisichella and Barrichello setting identical times, and then a 1.3 second drop between Alonso in 7th and myself in P8 there. But I think what we're going to have to do is just watch the big dog scrap it out early on. But could today be the day we score our first points in Formula 1?
We're coming to you live from Silverstone for this year's British Grand Prix. Silverstone is the home of British motor racing. It was also the location of the first ever Formula 1 World Championship race back in 1950. Although the layout has changed over the years, the circuit still has some spectacular turns, including the sweeping Beckett's curves and the flat-out right-hander Bridge Corner. It's a clear day here at the moment, good visibility for the drivers. On pole is Felipe Massa. Next on the front row is Giancarlo Fisichella. Rubens Barrichello is just behind them in 3rd. Michael Schumacher is next. In 5th place is Jenson Button. Juan Pablo Montoya takes 6th. Fernando Alonso is 7th. You're in 8th place.
Well, I love hearing that. We get included in Martin Brundle's grid rundown.
The drivers are ready for the off. And off they go on their parade lap.
Really just want to keep it clean off the start here today. I know we've got good pace in the car. We messed up Q3 and still beat out Trulli and Coulthard, but we were on such little fuel.
Here we go. Just remember, you don't have 100% grip yet as the tyres aren't fully warmed up. The tyre blankets can only do so much.
We just, would love to finish our cursed run that has been the start of this season. I love to finish here at Silverstone first and foremost, but if points are an option, we've got to go for it.
Left and right to get more heat into the tyres. This should help you get away from the lights once the race starts. Don't try weaving in the corners. You can easily cause yourself embarrassment if you get it wrong in front of all these people.
I'm willing to risk it.
Okay, boss thinks you should be aiming for the podium finish today. We know it's going to be tough, but try and hold your position into the first couple of corners and you should be able to get a decent first stint under your belt.
They reckon we can get a podium today? What have Midland been spooking this weekend? What's it doing? Okay.
Seconds to go before we're racing. You can really feel the tension.
5 red lights.
We are racing!
Not a particularly good start.
He gets off well, as does Alonso. Here come the drivers into turn 1.
Where am I off? Oh! Through turn 1. Don't get taken out. Oh, that was so scary, and our qualifying heroics have immediately gone. We're down to P15 then, off the start. Obviously, we haven't got much fuel in the car, so we're going to have to try and get back on it. But unfortunately, obviously, because the game spanned the car, towards the end of my formation lap there, so we've lost all temperature in the tyres before we even get going here at Silverstone. Can we try and get a run then on Christian Klein down the back straight? We'll have a look down the inside. No. Oh, that's so scary. That is so frustrating off the start. I think Massa, though, is going to lead the way as Alonso, I think, has had a bit of a flyer. Moved up the order, but what a nightmare beginning after all of our heroics yesterday. It's all become a little bit undone there. We might be able to get a run on Klein as we head down in towards the chicane. Can we have a look? Yes, we will. Oh, and almost into the side of Ralf Schumacher as well there. AI braking very, very early, but then trying to get on the power quite early as well. So we make our way then down in towards this final sector, but down to P14. We're not out of the Grand Prix. We haven't picked up damage, so I guess we can't complain too much. And especially, yeah, with the AI seemingly screwing me on the formation lap. I was not doing anything on the controller.
Your tyres have reached a good heat. Your grip level should be pretty good.
We now have temps, though, which is good.
With the first lap completed, the field looks like this. Massa is first. Fisichella is second. Michael Schumacher third. He's up from fourth. Barrichello fourth. Button is fifth. Alonso sixth. Montoya is seventh. He's lost a place from his starting position. And Trulli is eighth.
Great first sector. That's the fastest time you've set so far.
There we go, engineer there, always scaring me through that first sector of lap 2, but yeah, Montoya then losing a place to Fernando Alonso. Of course, that huge scrap that's currently going on is, come on, Ralph, get on with it. We'll get down the inside of Ralf Schumacher then as we head out onto what it would be the new start-finish straight. Yeah, we do desperately need a good finish, so we're going to be trying to go for overtakes, but nothing too risky with a bit of luck. No! No! Oh, dearie me, we got to wait all the way to the rear of the field.
No yellow flags out for sector 1. No overtaking.
That's because it's me, I've span engineer.
By the way, the pedal next to the brake, that's the accelerator.
That hurts a lot. This has not been the start to the British Grand Prix I wanted, but we got 16 laps still. I'm not giving up. Yeah, Scott Speed, UGE Day battling it out at the rear of the field. Really do not want to spend all day behind them.
Is second. Michael Schumacher third. Barrichello fourth. Button is fifth. Montoya sixth. Alonso seventh. And Trulli is eighth.
You made great time in that final sector.
Just don't have the confidence through turn 1, especially now that I've almost binned it over that curbing. Don't really want to take any risk at all, but you can just see Speed and E-Day trying to duke it out with each other as well, and I just don't want to be in a three-way scrap unless I can get a good run. Out onto the back straight, that's one of them navigated, and that's going to be both.
P20.
Cheeky double overtake there, but our engineer couldn't care less. Oh, we got oil. Someone's gone. Don't know who it is. Don't know where the oil is. Oh, there's the oil! No! Oh, we just cannot get any luck this race. I got no idea who it is out, but they've just been sent to the shadow realm. And it means we hold on to P20, but what a nightmare. Everything that could go wrong here is going wrong so far, as there's just nothing we could do over that oil slick. Had to obviously be right on the racing line through the apex of a corner, and of course the AI don't get affected by them, but making our way. Oh, I forgot how tight the pit lane entry is here at Silverstone. Into the pits we go. And yeah, what a first few laps to absolutely forget about here. Hopefully we're just going to be able to get on with it in the second half of the race, and just, well, it's not really the second half, of course, it's a big chunk of this Grand Prix, but can we at least get a clean, tidy pit stop here? Let's wait and see if I remember the buttons we need to press. I believe it's those ones, and those ones, and that again. That was a 10-second flat I'll take, actually, on this game, all things considered. But yeah, let's get on with it. Oh, cold tyres. Careful on the exit, lucky not to damage the wing. Yeah, we head out of the pit lane as Massa.
More grip. They'll soon heat up and turn green on the indicator.
Massa, yeah, is heading through the final corner, so we've got a lot of work to do. I don't think I've ever driven this car with as much fuel on board as I've got in it now. I have forgot to factor in that these tyres are going to be absolutely dead come the end of the Grand Prix, but that's a nice drift entry into turn 1. Oh, I think we've got a Williams off. Might be a BMW Sauber actually now I say it, but another car out then of the Grand Prix, and I believe that might be Heidfeld then out of the race. But either way, we're now, well, we will be up into P20. Well, we're starting to see more cars into the pit lane then, so with a bit of luck, we're going to have a bit of a battle on our hands in the next couple of laps. Yeah, not really sure what we can aim for today now, all things considered, but still, it is what it is. Well, now the fuel's back down to an acceptable level. We're actually starting to find more consistency once again. But I kind of forgot, of course, you don't really undercut inside F106 because of the refueling. You actually overcut more often than not here. So Sato, 3 seconds in front. We are taking good time out of him and Albers, so definitely still can get them before the end of this race. But it's, yeah, just in the back of my mind is what could have been. Right, well, we might actually have another on-track battle. Feel like it's been a while in this race since we've had one of these, but yeah, all over the back then of Takuma Sato. It's Christian Albers, less than 5 seconds now in front, so we are still going much, much quicker than the AI, that we're battling with in this Grand Prix. But of course, we've also got to make the moves happen. Otherwise, when our tyres fall off, we are going to be in a world of hurt. But you can hear the home crowd cheering for us down at turn 1. Easily the best line I've had through turn 1 all day long. Can we try and get a run on Takuma? So we'll eye up and look down the inside there. Not quite able to make it happen. Easy, easy, easy over the curbing. Try and get on the throttle off the turn. Surely this will be a run now as those Honda logos getting bigger and bigger just in front of me. Enjoy the slipstream slot to the inside. We've seen so many battles down here in the past. It's hardly going to be the one with the most prestige. We get a big wobble on the rear. But we're through and up into P17 then of the race. Yeah, going to have to be careful on the tyres towards the end of this race. But now we've finally closed up the back of my teammate Christian Albers. We certainly have got the 1 lap pace over in this season. But yeah, definitely haven't been anywhere near as consistent. We try and then switch him out of the final corner. Look at that for a little cheeky switchback move there. So we'll go side by side down the home straight, and we're back into P16 then. Antonio Luizzi, next car up the road, 12 seconds clear. That is a bit of a mountain to climb in these final few laps. Oh, that was scary as well over the curbs once more. Oh no! Oh, damn it! Go, 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 go. 5 laps to go, and we've got to make another error. These tyres are not going to be fun towards the end, as here comes Takuma as well. Is he going to be able to have a look down the inside? No, that Honda, sorry, that Super Aguri, so slow down the straights. Oh, we got another one gone. Someone's going slowly down the back straight. That's Ralf Schumacher out then of the race. So we've got more oil. Where's that going to be? Please don't be on the racing line. Please don't be on the racing line. Please don't be. There it is. Oh, you've even heard the wheels spin there momentarily. But P15 actually, if we can get back past Albers. Not fantastic from a P8 start, but just somehow feels better. Oh, the tyres are gone. And we're going to get lapped. Dearie me. We're down into last again. I don't want to finish this race last, but it looks like it might be reality here. Well, let's just try and see if we can beat speed in the Super Aguri still. Come on, Fizzy. What's going on? Scott Speed just brake-checked Fizzy, and I think we've taken Fisichella out. No, he's not. He's there. Alonso's out. Fernando Alonso is out of the Grand Prix. Speed? Is it Speed that's gone? I don't know who's gone. Someone else has gone from this Grand Prix. I think it is Fernando Alonso then. We picked up front wing damage in all of the commotion, but we're just trying to hang on and win the British Grand Prix. They're a second win of the season, but as we make our way in towards the final couple of turns, are we going to see Ide get out of the way of Giancarlo? Come on, come on, come on. This is coming right down to the wire.
Massa races past the checkered flag for the maximum 10 points and top spot on the podium. Michael Schumacher will take second place.
It's going slow. Come on, right on the outside. Yes, we've done it. We're up to the line. We will take P16 there, all things considered. A bit of a nightmare weekend, but we'll have it.
Silverstone comes up trumps again, another fantastic race. And so we conclude the final part of this first European leg. We'll be back here in mid-July to decide some of the other famous European races like Manicourt in France and the second German Grand Prix venue, Hockenheim. In the meantime, we travel to Montreal, Canada for another captivating F1 race on the famous Gilles Villeneuve circuit. Following that, we'll be revisiting the scene of much controversy with regard to tyres in 2005, Indianapolis. See you there in 2 weeks' time.
Well, there we go, P16 in the end, but it is Felipe Massa that takes the win here at Silverstone. Another Ferrari 1-2. They are looking unstoppable early on in this campaign. But yeah, happy that we just got the jump on E-Day up towards the line there, but gutted to still finish behind Sato. We should have been P14, all things considered, but championship-wise, Schumacher now with an almost 2 race win margin at the top of the table there. Massa up to P3 ahead, just behind Fisichella there, 3 points between them, and a big drop back to a huge gaggle of cars continuing to fight it out. Does that result mean Albers rejumps me in the championship? No, it doesn't. Still in P20 there, as Ralf Schumacher still has not scored a point this season. Ferrari now 33 clear at the top of the table, but Renault, Honda and McLaren all seem locked in for that battle for P2 there. And yeah, we're still down in 11th place. But thank you all so much for watching this video. If you have enjoyed, please do make sure to leave a like, get yourself subscribed, and we'll be back very, very soon with more F1 Championship Edition. A massive thank you to all of my YouTube members and my Patreon supporters for their continued donations to help my work. These things go much further than I think a lot of you ever realise, and allow me to continue making content full-time here on YouTube. So if you want to support me from as little as £1 a month and be featured on all of these end clips, either click the join button next to the subscribe or head over to my Patreon. There's a link down in the description.